Hey gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Cory, and that is the elusive 2025 Chevy Equinox Activ, the last trim of the new 25 gas-powered Equinox for me to truly check out in depth. I'm still waiting for a tester of this, but I am at the Chicago Auto Show, where I'm going to take you on a quick tour of perhaps my favorite trim of this very popular Chevy crossover. Stay tuned. Yes, gearheads, it's not like I'm bitter or anything. I am just really wanting to experience some time with this new Activ trim. It is a new trim for Equinox. It is in the adventure section. You can see Get Out there here at the Chevy booth. We've got the new 25 Z71 Tahoe over here. We've got the Activ trim of the Trailblazer up there. We've got the Z71 trim of the Traverse. We've got a Trail Boss. So we've got a lot of active lifestyle vehicles, active off-road vehicles, and that is kind of what Chevy is aiming for with this Activ trim of the Equinox. Much like the GMC Terrain AT4, this is meant to be an active lifestyle family vehicle, if you couldn't tell by the stand-up paddleboard that they have displayed on the roof, on the roof rails up top. But I do want to call out some of the details that set this one apart from, say, the RS that we've spent a week with, or the LTs that we've reviewed here on the channel. One is this dark chrome grille surround. Lots of shiny chrome bits, and yeah, you can see a weird reflection of me here in the dark chrome accents up front. I do wonder how that'll wear, especially with all the bugs and bug guts, because I know it does show fingerprints and body oils very nicely. Sorry to the crew who keep these cars clean, but I did want to show that aspect. It looks very nice when it is clean. I just don't know about the longevity of it. We do have Activ spelled out in the grille here, but you really have to look because it's black on black, and we've got that blacked out Chevy bow tie. Otherwise, similar design to what we get on all other trims. We've got those divorced headlights from the running lights, LED, all the things. I will show you right here, very interesting. That's your headlight, that's your fog light. Not a lot of visual differentiation between headlights and fogs on this 25 Equinox. As we come around to the side, this is where you really tell that this is for an active lifestyle. You've got those general grabber tires, smaller wheel size, more sidewall. You've got that white roof with the roof racks, and yes, we've got that stand-up paddleboard on top. They have definitely got this one kitted out the way they anticipate buyers of this trim to go for. The off-road craze, at least off-road capable craze, is in full swing. Everybody wants to have the appearance of off-road capability, but this being a body, not being a body on frame, but a unibody crossover with that 1.5 liter turbo 4 under the hood, 8-speed automatic transmission, and front wheel drive based all-wheel drive system. This is a soft roader at best, which is not a bad thing, because let's face it, most people who think they need an off-road vehicle, this would be more than enough, because really starting with wheels and tires, that is the easiest way you can upgrade your vehicle to be more capable in all different situations across the board, whether it be a very rainy area, a very snowy area, or if you're just going off-road a bit, be sure and get you some good tires. Like I said, these are general grabbers. These are 235/65 R17s. So yes, 17-inch wheels versus the 19s and the like that we see on the other trims. The Activ also gets black Equinox badges to go with the black bow ties, the black Activ in the grille, just to set it off a little bit. This cactus green, cactus gray, I can't remember which they call it, looks nice against the white roof. This is the only color I've seen this trim in because it is their hero color, so to speak. I am interested to see it in some other colors, especially with that white roof. Really helping set it off. As we pull around to the back, you can see, much like on other trims that we've tested, very nice LED tail lights back here, all the black badging, the Activ and Equinox all-wheel drive on the lower part of the hatch here. It is a power lift gate right underneath the bow tie here. We've got the button. to lift that up. Even with that stand-up paddleboard up there, we are going to clear it just fine. And then we've got a decent amount of cargo space back here, which I really like. And a little hidden feature here, more storage space underneath. So that is a very nice addition to the Equinox storage back here. But one thing I do want to point out, let's see if I can get my light just a little bit brighter back here. There are no remote latches like the prior gen Equinox to fold the seats down. So to fold these seats down, you're going to have to reach in and do it that way to expand your cargo compartment. We'll talk more about that 60/40 seat back when we get to the seat itself. Then you have your power button right here underneath the hatch, which does open up surprisingly wide. I think it's as wide or maybe wider than something like that body on frame Tahoe over there. But we'll give that button a quick press and let it close down. Before we climb inside, I did want to show you the price tag on this one, because as this one sits, it is just under $40,000. You can see we've got just over $3,000 worth of options. It's mostly that sunroof and the safety package that really add to the overall cost on this one. But you can get into the Activ starting at $35,000 even. If you want to know more, you can scan that QR code. You can see 360 cameras on this. We've got the Activ or the push button lock and unlock here on the front door, but not on the back door. It's not a passive entry system like on a lot of competitors. You have to push it to lock it, push to unlock it with the key near the vehicle. But when you open it up, this is perhaps why it is my favorite trim of the bunch. Not only does it have those very popular rugged off-road looks, but the interior is absolutely on point. So we have this textured Evotex material here on the doors. It is actually like bumpy and gives premium vibes here in the Equinox for a sub $40,000 vehicle. I'm just very impressed. We get a little bit of gloss black here. That is something we've seen on all trims of the Equinox. We get express up down for the driver window, but not all four. Very interesting. I think Chevy is averse to that. It's one area where I think the lawyers have stepped in. Over here, we have two-person memory for the driver's seat. We have our button for our hatch open and close right there, but you can adjust how wide it opens through the screen. You can see we have multi-way adjustable seats with two-way lumbar. And then the seats themselves, my goodness. Chevy really is stepping it up with their seat game. They've really been working the piping on a lot of their seats. We have contrasting piping here. We have contrasting materials. So we've got Evotex, we've got cloth, we've got this suede-like material, we've got Activ in the headrest here. It's all giving very premium vibes at sub $40,000. So this is not the Chevy Equinox of yore. This is not the first and second generation of Equinox. This really is a premium upscale product that General Motors and Chevrolet can be proud of. Coming inside, go ahead and close the door. I am sitting up a little high, so I'm going to adjust my seat to my liking for when we climb in the back seat. But nice thick rimmed steering wheel. We really like this in our week-long tester of the RS. You can see all of our buttons here. We've got a heated steering wheel. You can page through a few different options on the screen back there. It is a tilt telescope, but manual tilt telescope. And you've got a lot of nice amenities here. You do have paddle shifters for that 8-speed automatic. You also have volume and tuning on the backside. Over here, you have perhaps my biggest complaint about crossover-based all-wheel drive systems in Chevrolet products, General Motors products. You have to tell it to go into all-wheel drive. The vehicle, if it senses wheel slip in front-wheel drive, will tell you. You'll get a warning on the dash that says, hey, you might want to push this button. It won't automatically transition for you. I don't know what Chevy has against that, but something like a Hyundai with their H-Track, you can actually monitor when the power goes where and I wish Chevy would just up this a little bit. We have auto hold here, auto start stop, your brightness control for your two screens here. You've got an 11-inch, I believe, digital screen here and another screen over here. It's not the 17.7-inch freeform display we see in the Equinox EV and a lot of the other products like the two Traverse vehicles sitting in front of me or the two Tahoes on either side of me. But it is still plenty big. It's got all your necessary stuff in it. I'm in show mode right now, so I can't really show you All your light controls are also baked in through here, so no more physical controls for the lights. That's a little bit of a downside, but it's something I can live with. Dual zone climate control, which I like. This is ripped straight out of Chevy Colorado. You can see we have heated and ventilated seats. Automatic, your fan speed, a lot of gloss black buttons, and unfortunately gloss black buttons, you're going to be touching them, you're going to be leaving fingerprints. You've got some gloss black here as well, so a little bit too much gloss black in here for my taste, but there are other nice materials and designs like this turbine-like design around the air vents. You've got this very interesting geometric pattern here on this little blade in front of the passenger. You've got all this textured Evo text that really, again, gives premium vibes here in this sub $40,000 Equinox. We've got some rubberized storage here. You've got USB-A and USB-C ports. I really like how they put the Qi wireless charger up and out of the way. It seems like every other Chevy product with a Qi wireless charger, it's sitting in the middle of a section like this, completely rendering it useless for anything but putting your cell phone there. This is a much better solution, and with the latest version of iOS, with it charging on its side, you have that standby mode, which is kind of cool, and I like it a lot. Here we've got a couple cup holders, a little bit of storage here. It's not really rubberized, so if you put something hard plastic here, it's going to rattle, make noise. You've got your drive mode selector right here. It is fairly large and comically but yeah, drive mode, very quick reach right here. We've got some additional storage down underneath down here, and I'm going to check. Yeah, no additional power down there. We have a decent size center console, but it is a little bit far back because of all this stuff. And then again, more of that texture, really digging the textures and materials here. We have a sunglass holder, if you are mistaken for what that is for, and all your controls for your panoramic roof. You can see our stand-up paddleboard right up here above me, even with this massive glass roof open. Plenty of sky to be seen, or stand-up paddleboard to be seen above me. Doesn't terribly cut into my headroom here, so I'm not complaining too much here in the front seat. We'll go ahead and pop out of the driver's seat and move in to the back seat. You can see all the materials repeat back here. The textured Evo text here, the cloth and suede back here on the back seat, even on the headrests. Chevy really has stepped up their game. I'm impressed. Climbing in behind myself, you can see I've got plenty of room. I've got EV-like leg room back here. I'm very stoked about how much room and space Chevrolet was able to put in the back seat of this Equinox. You can see we have 3-stage heated outboard seats. We've got air vents back here. Way down here, we've got 2 USB-C ports for charging. We've got map pockets for storage. We've got a little bit of storage here. Maybe stand an iPad mini up vertically, a little bit of storage in the door. And we have fold down armrest with 2 cup holders. It doesn't flop all the way down, which I like. We've got a headrest here in the middle seat. I've gotten a lot of complaints from y'all in the comments of videos. Why doesn't General Motors put headrests in the middle seat in their back seats, like they do in the third row, or don't do in the third row of Tahoe Suburban, for example? But here in the third seat in the back seat, we do have an adjustable headrest, so there is that. I did talk about these seat backs. They don't recline, they do fold down, which I'm going to go ahead and show you from here. But unlike the Equinox EV, these are backwards. I'm not quite sure why these are backwards versus the Equinox EV. I know those only really share a name, but the 40% is over here, the 60% is over there. For families, households with 1 kid in a car seat that is permanently fixed, generally that is where I keep them. And so now with Tucker's car seat in place, we've only got this little bit of pass through here. Slight small oversight or design choice. Not quite sure why that's the case. Little nitpicks that you get from living with vehicles for a week at a time, really getting to experience what it would be like to own one of these. If you want to make one of these yours, absolutely hit up your local Chevy dealership. I think this is quite a bargain. I really did appreciate the powertrain. I appreciate how it drove. All of that does carry over from the RS we tested. So really it is a packaging experiment here, the style, design, and packaging. I really like it. I do want to test one. We'll see if I can get my hands on one at home. But if you want to see more from me here at the Chicago Auto Show, absolutely hit that subscribe button down below. Ring the bell so you are notified when future videos drop from us. Find us on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, you name it. Everything is at GT Garage Talk, or you can go to gtgaragetalk.com. But as for me, from the Chevy booth of the Chicago Auto Show, until next time, gearheads, bye. Hey gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Cory, and this is the 2025 Subaru Forester Wilderness. I am at the Chicago Auto Show. In this video, I'm going to take you on a quick tour. Stay tuned. 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 Stay tuned.